Absolutely, keeping an eye on all those important cues for the domestic as well as global market. But let's look at some of the other top global news flows that is coming in. And as we're coming to a closure to the end of the Mega World Economic Forum, let's take a look at how India played its role this year. India's launches dominated the main promenade street of Davos with repurposed storefronts focused on female leadership, empowerment as well as digital infrastructure. For India, the World Economic Forum was closing mega agreements with Maharashtra, Telangana and Karnataka, expecting trillions of dollars worth of investment. These states have also been touting themselves as tech hubs for manufacturing and artificial intelligence. Meanwhile, RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das sounded very optimistic over India's economic growth story amidst these challenging global macroeconomic environment. And while the US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken also patted India's back for an extraordinary success story. Now let's take a look at what the corporate leaders had to say on the day 4 of World Economic Forum. Morgan Stanley CEO Ted Pick expressed confidence that his bank will hit financial target of $10 trillion in client assets and a 20% return. He also shares his top 3 priorities for sticking to the strategy laid out by the predecessor James Gorman, maintaining the bank's culture and achieving the targets as well. Meanwhile, let's not forget the cloud-based computer software company Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff also said that and sounded cautious as he warns that the technology industry is working to make sure artificial intelligence is developed very safely enough to ensure that the world avoids a Hiroshima moment. And he also acknowledges that amid this rapid pace of progress, technology could really go wrong as well. So a lot that has happened, especially for coming in from Davos in the World Economic Forum scene.
Well, absolutely, Winnie. And now let's shift focus from Davos and talk about the US, because the number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits has fallen to the lowest level in nearly 1.5 years, suggesting job growth likely remained solid in January as well. Initial claims for state unemployment benefits dropped 16,000 to a seasonally adjusted 187,000 for the week gone by. The unexpected decline in initial claims reported added to a strong retail sales growth in December, in painting an upbeat picture for the economy.
And Atlanta's Federal Reserve President Bostic expects policymakers to start cutting rates in the third quarter of this year. He further adds that inflation is well on its way back to the central bank's goal, and however, he's also said that the golden path of reining in inflation while promoting and prompting growth and employment is getting closer than Fed's officials had actually expected.
Well, and staying with the news flow from the United States, then the Congress has given a go-ahead for temporary funding to avert a partial government shutdown. The move to largely help avert a partial shutdown from the 1st of March to the 8th of March, the stopgap bill has now been sent to Joe Biden for approval.
And popular social media platform Reddit is moving closer towards the plans for an IPO in March. Move makes the company the first social media giant to go public since Pinterest in 2019. Reddit's IPO plans come amid intense competition among the platforms in advertising domain and from platforms like TikTok and Meta.
Well, and there is no end to the layoffs galore. Citigroup informs managers in markets, risk and investment banking that they were reportedly being let go as a part of reorganization. Meanwhile, automotive supplier Bosch is planning to cut up to 1,500 jobs at its German sites by 2025 to adapt to changing demand and technologies. While that was that, Google's Sundar Pichai reportedly informed employees to expect more job cuts as well. The move is set to bolster execution rates and drive velocity in select areas. Retail giant Amazon too said that it was laying off 5% of its employees at its Buy with Prime unit.